So, what the fuck was that? What is that?
Is that
Your
something
frog.
outside?
That's not sounds I'm used to.
Your frog?
I thought it was coming from
No,
outside.
I mean that brr, brr
That's your
sound.
frog.
Yeah, that was coming from behind me. I thought it was coming from
Right?
there.
That's coming from there, right?
so
No,
done.
it is coming
It's
from
your
over there, but it
frog.
might be your frog's mating. Finally.
They don't mate,
Ew.
and it doesn't sound like that. Brr, brr,
Your
brr.
frog? Do you know? Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think they ate something bad.
It's fucking gerbils. Oh, we're welcome to another installment of the Mood Room. We're doing our Leslie hour from last week that we didn't do because I don't remember why. I probably overbooked my stuff or something. So I'm joined by the lovely Leslie. Say hi, Leslie.
Hello.
Godzilla, or whatever he wants to call himself, is here with us again today. Say
Back
hello.
once more.
Back again. And we are blessed with a rare appearance from...
Multiple names. You can call me Birdshit Boy.
Multiple names we're calling in.
Megamind.
Megamind.
What else we got?
Shit fuck, that's what I like to call you.
Shit
fucking,
fuck, yeah.
fucking,
This fucking guy.
fucking fuck.
That would have been my...
And today we're gonna just do a little bit of
That's
just
what he's in my phone.
talking today. We're not really didn't really prepare for this episode, so we're just gonna start talking. I was in the restaurant today and I saw an article, and Fox News is falling apart. Like, it's almost like that organization is like gonna be over. Some of the shit I'm seeing. Like, are you following this?
falling apart.
The CEOs and all these people, there's like a bunch of people that are like stepping down and people are leaving, and there's all these lawsuits flying around. It ain't just Bill O'Reilly anymore. It said the no job zone is what that's what they called it. I said, oh no, they didn't. The no job zone. That's shady.
Well, I know there's a target on Hannity now. I don't know.
What the fuck is up with
Past that.
Hannity? What do you mean target? What does that mean?
I didn't see much on it past allegations from like years ago that apparently were debunked, but the media got a hold of them, so they're putting them out again.
So what are the allegations?
Harassment, inappropriate.
So it's kind of
comments
like
or something.
there's like a snowball effect happening then
Yeah,
there.
the same
Fox.
Yes.
thing.
But the person that accused recanted, but they didn't include that in the news story. They only talked about the accusation, didn't talk about the
When
recantation.
they do that, it kind of like
Come on.
makes you feel like there's a bunch of bullshit going on. What do you mean
Yeah.
you recanted?
Most things in life I found are bullshit.
What
Okay.
does anything come to mind?
If I'm on a farm where they breed cows, bullshit.
Wait, well, I guess I see what you're saying. That you're not lying.
Because he said he was on a farm with cows, and you can see what
Yeah.
he's saying.
Listen, I know this guy. He actually doesn't work on a farm. So, this is a true story.
Wow.
Are you? we can pause so you can take your medication if you want. I mean, we can do that. You know, it's not a
I've got wine in a wine
lime.
Lime.
in a styrofoam cup.
And
That's-
you're probably getting all kind of fucking crazy fucking ailments from drinking that shit out
Sure
of
am.
a styrofoam cup.
That's the Elmer Fudd talking.
Mm-hmm.
Lime.
Well, I was going to talk about religion, and the reason I was going to talk about it is because I happen to not be very religious, and I was recently invited to come to Leslie's church, and I had like there was I had other plans. I was kind of asked a little bit later, but I had all these like reservations about it, and one of them being, and you could probably clear it up for me, whenever you're visiting a church, they tend to kind of want to shove their agenda down your throat. Just kind of be a little bit pushy when it comes to... because I'm not religious, I just wanted to see, what it was all about. They invited me, I just wanted to check it out. So
You wanted to check out the car on the sales floor, not get the sales pitch. And,
Yes.
And test drive every car on the lot.
And so, but I tend to get a little angry when they're doing a little bit too forceful, So it's like, I don't want to go there and be acting. I can go there and just sit there and be quiet and listen and all that, but what do you... So... What kind of atmosphere was at this place? I know that wasn't at your church, though. Was that like a center or
It was
something?
at the Grandview.
Oh,
Because it was such
probably
a like.
it was probably
big,
pretty nice.
It was such a big event. What it was.
I didn't want to buy shoes.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but
I did.
it's
I
called
use
the
my work shoes.
Memorial, and the Memorial is where, in the Bible, where remember Jesus says, "This means my blood by virtue," right? And this is the bread which represents my body. Keep doing this in remembrance of me.
Drinketh of this cup, for this is a cup of my blood.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is what the memorial's about?
Yes.
Okay.
Every year on the full moon, I guess, people who follow the Bible, still kind of do this thing every year. So we went to the Grandview because it was such a big like event. Like a lot of people, like anybody's welcome to come. It doesn't matter like who you are. Like anybody's welcome. And basically, it was the explanation of why Jesus did this. Because sometimes, you think about it and you're like, why are we commemorating this? Like, why are we even celebrating this? So it was pretty much why Jesus was doing this.
Sorry, that was a little frog action over there.
Yes, that wasn't anything dropping into a toilet. That's what it sounded like.
like what, Georgia
Oh,
Turd?
Dad.
Yes.
That is disgusting. That's so funny, though.
Thanks.
You shit too.
Which
No, I
full
don't.
moon is this?
And what's the significance of the full
Because there's
moon?
more than one full moon a year. Which full moon is this?
I'm
not familiar
I
with
don't
thinking
really
of it as
know,
a
but
full
all
moon.
I know is that every year there's a full moon on it.
Okay.
But anyways, basically, Jehovah's Witnesses are people who go by the Bible completely and not their own opinions, not their own like agendas. Like they try not to they don't force feed it down your throat. They just want to inform you and you take it or leave it. Because everybody has their own free will, and it is up to you whether you want to follow Bible standards or not.
I do want to check it
But
out. I really do.
That's pretty much like it, and it's just a bunch of people, like just regular people who are trying their best to live by Bible standards, and that's literally it. And
There's nothing wrong with that.
everybody's
People
nobody's perfect. They're not
people
self-righteous
people that are not religious tend to attack religious people and
Yeah.
religion itself.
Mhm.
And what it is they're looking at religion as a like a organized worldwide type religion where it's like from the standpoint of controlling people
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of positive things you can take from religion that you can use to live a better life. And I have no problem with that. It's just when you, in my opinion, when you dig a little deeper into what religion is supposed to represent for people, it kind of is like contrived, if you will, for like man's influence on what it,
Yes.
you know what I mean? And so it's like when you start to take apart parts of the Bible and it's like, what the fuck? Some of the stuff in there, it's like, why is this there? But like I said, you could take the
Yeah.
positive and be fine and be okay, but it gives me like serious pause when it's like something that man done got in and fucking corrupted and you know what I mean?
Yes,
So it's
definitely.
hard to go in there and have an open mind when they done got in there and
Yeah.
made it and it soured it. But I don't know.
I mean, I guess it's definitely like off-putting, because you see all these religions and you're like, right, they're supposed to be, people who do good, right? And then you see people taking money, collecting money. Oh, confess your sins, give me your money, right? And you're like, okay, well, how is this supposed to pardon my sins? And then it's kind of like, I'm supposed to call this guy Father, and basically he gives like a sermon on stage and doesn't even show you anything in the Bible. He's just going on and on about something that you don't even know what he's talking about.
Have you noticed that there's been like a movement to kind of like go against religion and God and all?
Yes.
Have you seen that?
Secularism?
Russia?
What do you think this is about? Like, have you seen this, George? There's a kind of like a hidden agenda when it comes to turning people away from God and the Bible and all that kind of stuff. Have you noticed any of that in just like in TV and stuff you see? Because it's pretty
Yes.
prevalent.
It's. I think it probably started at some point in the 90s and has just continued forward from there. But yes, it's definitely something I've noticed.
What do you think that's about? Have you thought about what the fuck? Why are they doing that? Because
It seems to boil back and always into the political.
George, it
and such,
sucks
but
because I don't.
that's-
It's
That's usually where it leads to, and I know that's not where you want to
political
go with the
in what sense,
conversation.
though? Like, what do you mean exactly?
That it's organized. As much as they want to rally against organized religion, there is mankind needs to be organized. We're not animals running around doing whatever. We are
Yeah, but
functioned by
there's
government. We live by
there's
laws
two
and
things I'm
rules.
seeing though. I'm seeing like a push against like Christianity type stuff, and then there's this like Muslim.
That's actually I would have said that's actually more. It's more a push against Christianity.
So that's what I'm saying though.
That's
So
the organization.
So is it
That's
that Christianity kind of is like that's the old white male's religion, and we have to go against it? Is that what it is? Is that you know what I'm saying?
I think some of that they've been pretty much the established ruling power. Most large-scale conflicts around the world probably stem from that. I know they stem from other religions also, but I think you're not trying to knock off something that's not powerful and not important.
That's true. What did you say? Is that hidden? What was that? You said something.
I just said that religion is just not for me. It's not a topic that I enjoy
Why not?
Because every time I try to bring something up about religion, it becomes offensive to.
We can all handle it. We're all.
Listen, we're on a podcast.
We
obviously.
want. That's what we want.
We're
What
all
is your
sharing
opinions
our
about it? I mean,
thoughts.
I'm not religious at all, but I'm willing to just go and listen. But part of it, I mentioned this in other podcasts too.
He wasn't. My dad was around.
Oh, you damn right I was. he was very entertaining. I guess if you put on a show for me, I'll be good. You know.
Dana ran a show.
But like, so my upbringing, my mother was extremely religious. She was a fanatic, and then this happened like probably twice in other podcasts. But she had a like mental disorder, so it was coupled with religion, and the stuff that we endured as kids as a result of that, it was like, what the fuck? What is all this?
It
You
starts
know?
to corrupt
Oh my
you
God,
and turn you
it's
away from it because it's
Oh, yeah.
very.
You know.
And
offish.
so like, so yeah. So go ahead. Just this is your chance to rip it.
All right, now religion to me personally is something that is just a completely fake construct. It's a scapegoat to escape the harsh truths of reality.
Which are like, you die and you get eaten by worms.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you're
like
saying?
dying. It's just like
So it's more of a fear. People are afraid of just dying, and so they turn to these things with the hope of that there's something
in a
beyond
way,
that.
yeah. They want to believe in the reincarnation that you're going to turn to like a tree or an apple or whatever it
I
is.
wouldn't mind being a fucking tree, I think.
I mean, trees are cool. It depends on what type of tree. Some trees are just ugly, so that would just suck if you end up being one of those.
If it's
Anyways, that's beside the point. It's just when you're just faced with the harsh realities, you just take it as a scapegoat. It's just not exactly. To me, it just doesn't seem like the truth. It's just too far fetched for me.
So
Well-
do you think that there's a soul for humans? Do you think there's an energy source that they can come and go from body or form? Or do you think it's just you are protoplasm and you happen to rise up and then at some point your protoplasm wave fades out and back down you go? and
To
you're
me,
done?
the closest thing to any kind of like God or anything like that, or soul or anything like that, is your own conscience. Like that thing in the back of your head that says this is right or wrong. That exactly is what's your God. That's what I think it is.
But is that part of your physiological makeup or is that something else that can't be explained with a physical...
I believe it's just a physical makeup.
So it's just
Because-
part of your brain back there talking
Yep.
to you.
What some of the stuff that I've seen, it's like, did you see that movie? What was the one with Black Widow? She had all the mental powers because she got like hit with this drug and it
Lucy?
enhanced Lucy.
I did see that. It
All
was
right, so
interesting.
in Lucy, they basically pushed to the idea that we're all part of energy.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like, then we were all our consciousness was all part of this energy. Not necessarily like electricity or something like that, but it could be that where we're all part of the energy, and our energy gets transferred. It's not necessarily just like a soul, but more in a scientific sense of being energy. So I don't know. I believe that there's a possibility of a higher power, something that could have created all this. I don't believe in any type of specific religious God, but I guess that means that I'm agnostic. It's like I don't affirm or deny, but I could go either way on it. And I don't lean towards the religious stuff because that just seems like he said just too far fetched. Some of the stuff is just
Well,
crazy,
the
and I want to be like. If people
The
want to
one
believe in.
thing
I want to
that
believe in magic.
I do find really interesting is that no matter who you are, okay, there are questions throughout generations, history, cultures, like everywhere in the world, there's not one person who doesn't question life.
Well, I mean,
Not one person who sits there and think about, what is my purpose? Why are we here? Not one person has not asked that question maybe in their head. Maybe some people are afraid to admit it out loud, but each one of us has asked that question inside ourselves.
Well, I think people need to just accept the fact that they're just part of the natural order, right? And because we're sentient beings, we tend to question that order. Like, an animal just lives its
Yeah, of
life.
course.
They don't give a shit about why am I here. They just, where's the
Yeah,
food
they
at?
just do
You know what I
it.
mean? Let's fucking, where's the food, right? So, but because we're sentient, we have a high level of intelligence, we tend to want to question, why we're here and what's our greater purpose and all that, when it's just, you're just part of the natural order, and it's just, you just happen to be smarter than the other animals.
Well, it's an interesting conversation to have because science can't explain everything. So that's another reason why religion is taught and used beyond the actual initial, if you believe in what you're being taught, that this is just information being passed down. That is what happened, and I'm teaching you what my forefathers taught me and their forefathers and so forth. But there's a point that science, we don't have the technology to understand everything in the world around us, and we can't explain everything. So that's why other things come up. I don't believe in religion. You believe in the paranormal. I don't believe in that. Do you believe in aliens? I don't believe in that. I've only told people.
Slow down.
It was just quick.
Well, I mean,
I've only
I
told
wanna hit on
people.
those.
We can go back to it. I was just making a brief
Okay.
point. I would find it funny that somebody that actually might think they're intelligent or has any sort of forethought to think that we are the only speck of dirt in all the universe that has life and people that think on it.
Dude, well, and that's crazy because when you talk about how expansive the universe is, why the fuck wouldn't there be a planet that has life? That's crazy
Yeah,
to me.
but that's my point. But people are like, oh, I don't believe in all that stuff. I'm like, but do you think we're the only thing here? Because we're aliens
Well, when
to
you-
something else somewhere else.
Well, the
They
thing
would
about
think
it, so when you
we
take
don't
that a
exist.
little bit further, right? So one of the shows I'm going to be doing, hopefully Friday, this guy has done a lot of research on the flat Earth theory, right? And the show that we did was supposed to be. I wanted more, man. You think I'm just handing you my cup? What are you, retarded?
Kinda. Where's
I give this guy my cup. I can just leave my cup right here, right? I hand him my cup thinking the wine is over there by him. He just puts the cup away. And I'm like, what do you think I'm handing you the cup for?
Listen, I thought it was in your way. You move your hands a lot.
It was in my way. All right, I guess that sort of makes sense. So, the point there is that, in terms of the flat Earth thing, there was a point where people thought the Earth was, not a globe, right? So, thank
Yes,
you.
you look out across the ocean, it looks flat.
Christopher
Right.
Columbus.
So,
Look out and
people have been told and taught to believe the Earth is a globe, so they just go with that. But and whenever I say you haven't done the research yourself, you haven't gone out, you just follow what people have told you, and that's fine. But don't act like you're definitive, like you know what the hell the deal is. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just a matter of what information is passed on to you. You got to be able to have the ability to do your own research, or at least verify stuff that's been done by other people before you can totally dismiss the idea that it's not a flat Earth. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'd lean towards the idea that it is a flat Earth because that's what I've been told, and it's too shocking, to lack of a better word, to not think that the Earth is round. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but at the same time, we all have brains, so we should question everything,
Well,
right?
air
So if
air
we
travel
were,
would seem to make me think that the different
exactly.
cross paths mean that you're not hitting an edge of something.
there's
and not able to go
there's some very
further.
interesting stuff about that, and I don't remember. I don't have to recall. This guy does, and I've seen some stuff where they actually the air traffic. Well, yeah, the air traffic control stuff. There's points where the information is not there, and it's not there because at that point you would know if the Earth would be flat or not based on science, and it just isn't there. At certain, you can't. I don't want to. I'd have to point you in the right direction and look at the stuff.
Right.
The information is compelling, but I didn't mean to go off into all that. I just was making a point that you talk about life and religion and death and all that kind of stuff, and it's like you just want to be smart enough and intelligent enough to not just take whatever you're force fed. That's all. But so you talked about. What'd you say?
I was going to say, I think it's very important for everybody to find their own truth.
Yeah, when we were doing the conspiracy show, and
Everybody's
so
entitled to that, to find what
on
they
Fridays
want,
we're
the
gonna
truth.
that's supposed to be the conspiracy theory show because this guy's heavily into that stuff. And I mean we started talking and we didn't even get to what we wanted to talk about. We talked for an hour and 15 minutes and it was like we didn't even. But the point of it is that anything that we say or talk about, what we want to do is have people do their own research. The information is there with the internet. There's so much information. You just have to, look for it and find it. We can point you in the right direction, absolutely. But don't just dismiss. Just take the information and then decide. That's all.
And I would say that goes for religion also.
Yeah, everything.
If
You have somebody-
Absolutely.
if you have somebody that
Absolutely.
you know
Question
that you trust
everything.
that says, "Hey, you want to come check this out?" It's information to be gathered. You get
So,
nothing out of it.
Not quite
you've
switching
something.
gears, but you talked about reincarnation. So what would you want to be reincarnated as? You have to pick some creature or living thing. What would you want to be reincarnated as? And don't pick something stupid like a dragon.
No.
It has to be something real.
Something that we actually believe exists.
I was just gonna say, I wouldn't mind being, food for a bunch of worms and maggots and all that stuff. I mean,
You're a
listen,
fucker.
they are disgusting,
You
but
mean dirt?
their lives
So you
too.
wanna be
know?
reincarnated?
You want to be reincarnated as fucking dirt?
a
Is
plant,
that what you just said? Did he just say that?
a plant
No,
or an insect?
I did not say
George, did you gather what he just say? I want to be reincarnated as food for
He said
worms.
food for worms.
That's dirt.
Who the fuck eats dirt?
Worms eat dirt. They take fucking nutrients from dirt. You want to come back as
I'm
dirt?
picking this stuff as what's in the dirt, not as dirt. As dirt
So
itself
what is
pointless.
so the nutrient like fucking what is it?
Yeah, that's why I said.
Can you pick a goddamn animal? You fucking freak. Sorry, George. Like who the fuck? Who the hell you don't? Who says that? Get this
Well,
guy some
clearly
more
we have him on
credit.
the podcast.
What
who
the
says it.
fuck?
Now you know.
Fine.
I guarantee you, no one in this room
more
else is gonna fucking answer with a. I want to be this fucking paperclip. I sense a living thing. I want to come back as nutrients. I hate you. Are you serious right now? Go. You better give me a real answer.
A
This is
gerbil.
bullshit. I'm leaving. Fucking asshole. What a stupid fucking thing to come back at. Let me get fucking go, George. You're up.
But if you don't have the consciousness to know what you are, I don't know if it even
it
makes,
doesn't- it
if it
doesn't
makes a
matter.
difference. in
No,
that
you.
sense.
I'm saying if you have the ability to pick it before you die.
Well, I'm just saying, but there's so many
See,
animals you come
but-
back
but
as.
let's
It
put it
wouldn't
like
Well,
mean
I'm just
anything
saying
to
in
you.
the general sense. What would you want to
I'm
come
just
back
saying-
as? I think you guys are overthinking
Well, let's
it.
put it like this.
I'd like to be a
let's
tortoise.
say-
I like to live for a long time.
Okay, at least
But
there's
they
some
don't do
logic behind
anything.
that.
I like to be a tree because once again they see a lot, but I don't know if you actually see as a tree. They don't have eyes, and I might get chopped down after 5 minutes. So that could suck. I'm just thinking. I'm like, yeah, well, that could be bad.
What about you?
I would want to come back as some sort of bird,
But let's say this.
like
Let's
an owl
say
or something,
That's a good
let's
one.
say reincarnation is a real thing,
or
right?
or a hippopotamus,
A hippo, huh?
or a frog. But
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm gonna say-
I don't know. I wouldn't pick frog only because they're kind of like.
I want to come back as a deep sea squid.
That's pretty cool.
I want to see something I've not seen.
I'm scared of the ocean.
This,
Like, I'm-
yeah,
like-
Should be.
Shit. That's correct. Well, so you said it's squid, so I'm like,
we speak truth here.
the ocean is like fucking bad scary. You get
I
down to certain
I
places.
said deep sea squid.
Yeah.
I know, and
There's
that's
nothing-
correct. You want to be
messing with
something that's like on the top of the food chain
Have you
because
seen them anglerfish? Those things are scary
Those
as hell.
things
They're nothing
are.
but teeth and like a little light bulb that attracts
that tracks
you.
fucking shit, and their teeth are like mad. They can't even close their mouths. Their teeth
Yeah,
are fucking
it's
ridiculous.
Or Killer K at night coming home.
Magnetic. I don't think I want to be a
Funny.
cat or a dog though. A lot of people say cat or dog. I'm like, no. I don't
Really?
think- Yeah, like I ask people a question, they say cat or dog. I don't want to be that. That's boring.
Interesting.
So what?
To be a companion to somebody, that could be cool.
I guess.
what would
I mean,
it
I just
be?
like I think more like you could be a bird and fly. You know what I mean? And
Well, I think you're also thinking of it like as a one-time thing. If it actually
no.
happens, you
It's-
keep
it's-
cycling. So you probably would hit that at some point.
I think I would either be.
You wouldn't want to come back as ink.
I'll allow it.
That's what the Rock thought.
I think
Garfield, Heathcliff, like, yep, I'm all about that. He'll just keep doing that. What are you? I'm
All right, you got me. Just chill in the house. You fucking everybody
Yep.
taking care of your shit.
Eat
Literally,
lasagna.
literally. Change my shit, man. You slave.
Bring me food.
I'll do that because my house smells like piss. Thanks.
Make it again.
So what would you pick as an animal?
I think I would either pick a flower.
That's very poetic of you. Of
Because,
course you.
well, why?
That's nice.
Because I don't know. I would rather soak up the energy of the sun, and that's something that I personally
Well,
live
look at it.
for.
All right.
energy.
What if it was more like, and I know I already said plants and stuff, but what if it was like you are that flower? You have your consciousness. You can't talk or anything, but you're that flower.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So would you
Yeah.
still pick that? As you're a flower, you're in wherever you're at, and your lifespan is gonna be mad short and all that. Obviously, we're gonna keep going with it, but
Well, you can regrow.
yeah,
It's life.
yes. So you would still pick a flower?
Yeah.
You just lay in the sun and
I would come and
soak it
go.
up,
Yeah.
have the bees come visit you.
Or I would be a
Dalmatian.
wolf.
A wolf? That's cool. Why wolf?
I would be an alpha. female.
You'd be an alpha female.
I would be the leader of my pack, and I would nurture my whole family. That's lit.
Okay.
It's the
There's
lioness's job
sort
to
of this
gather
interesting thing where
food.
there's a picture of a wolf, right? And it was a male, and then there was a female next to him, and the male's getting threatened by the female, by another male. I'm sorry.
Oh.
And the female, in the picture, the female has her head underneath the male's head, like right here, and it the reason for that is the female is blocking the other male's ability to rip the guy's throat out.
Wow.
Isn't that?
Shit.
I know.
Wow.
Animals are fucking, like chimpanzees.
Yeah.
They actually have a thought process
They're
to
intelligent.
how they want to rip you apart.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Yeah, so it's like first they rip your
horrifying.
face so they can't see and shit, and then they rip your arms or specifically your wrists so you can't hit them.
Oh my god.
It's fucking crazy. These fucking animals are fucking dangerous.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
So
We
speaking
learned
of
that in the movie
reincarnation,
Vamp.
can I say something about that?
you already fucking said you wanted to be a gerbil in dirt. Are we done with you?
Listen, all right.
Who the?
Those
Alright, go ahead.
those are good things. Those are great. I don't know if you feel that way, but
What's good about a gerbil in dirt?
listen.
Go take the gerbil first.
Gerbils are absolutely adorable, you
Hang out
know,
in the backyard.
and they go out in the backyard.
And they reproduce rapidly to the point where their master can't deal with it.
yeah. So that's
Instead of
it.
just feeding the fucking shit to my babies.
your fucking dirty ass
I love them.
swamp ass.
They don't fucking reproduce dumbass fucking rats that don't fucking do nothing but eat and shit.
Anyways, so I recently saw this anime. It's a Japanese cartoon. For those that don't know what anime is, it's called Saga of Tanya the Evil, and it's about this guy who is a businessman, a salesman. He's very uptight, and he's very about the rules and everything, and he basically fired this guy, and everything about this guy was just based on that job. So he lost everything after he lost that job. He lost his family, his house, his pension, everything. Everything's gone. And that guy sees him at a train station and pushes him in front of a train.
Oh,
Damn.
nice.
The guy that fired him. And right before he dies, time stops.
Why'd he get fired?
It's like late,
He deserved to be fired.
Yeah, he deserved it.
Okay.
He deserved it.
All right.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That's not the point. Shut up.
That's your
But
boss.
anyways-
You know?
Anyways,
Well, it's a good
so
backstory.
right before he's about to die by getting hit by this train, time stops, and everybody that's around him ends up like becoming the embodiment of God, basically, because he's not religious at all, and he didn't believe in reincarnation or anything like that. So these people are talking to him, and they're supposed to be the voice of God, and he's saying, "I'll give you one chance, but you have to believe in God, and if you believe in us, or whatever, God, whatever you want to call it, us or them, or just one being altogether. Who knows? God's one, God's everything. Yeah. Anyways, he said, no, I'm not going to believe you. And the God basically said, well, I'll force you to believe me then, and will reincarnate you as something else. So he gets reincarnated as this little girl in like a, basically like a World War type situation, and because it's this guy, he wants to show that his power is his own destiny. So he's basically trying to take over the world now with his own power and proving that God doesn't exist.
As a
As a little girl.
As a little girl, though.
Yes.
Yes.
It's crazy.
So, but like, basically it's this 30-year-old guy in this little girl's body with the same conscience and everything, just trying to prove that God cannot control him.
Wow.
And that,
Despite what's just happened to him.
yes.
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
that's tough. You just told me you were gonna bring me back, and I came back as something else, and I still don't believe.
That sounds like
No.
the
You let
world.
some shit like that happen to me, I'll convince everybody there's a God. You hear me? I'll be a fucking nut. All right, so we're gonna
Crazy.
switch a little bit. So, what do you guys think about ghosts? You guys think ghosts exist?
Oh,
I had one of my
I don't
sisters.
even want to go in.
No, you're. No, we definitely want you to
I
go
wanna
in.
go in.
No.
All right, so if you want to believe there's a spirit or whatever, right? So then so you want to believe there's a spirit and all that kind of stuff. So that means that there could be ghosts, all right? So like one of my sisters, she used to claim that she had experiences with ghosts, and what it was is there would be times where she'd be awake at night
Whoa.
and she'd be paralyzed and couldn't move because there was something holding her down.
I've heard that
Right?
before.
Now, I did a little research into it, and it's actually like a syndrome or something like that, where people convince themselves that they are in that situation when they're actually just not. So then they feel like, oh, it's a real thing. That's
Sleep paralysis?
yes, sleep paralysis. That's exactly it. Yeah, sleep paralysis. So it's
Our
like,
suggestion is quite powerful.
so do we believe
That's actually happened to me, by the way.
sleep paralysis? Really?
Yes.
I mean, I sleepwalk, so I've had a whole different set of shit happen to
You
me.
sleepwalk, you sleep destroy, you sleep rip things off walls.
That is true. You know what? I'll tell for you the stories. I don't care. We'll get back to the ghost stuff in a second, but I'll tell a few of the stories. There's one time where, this is a recurring one. I wake up and I think there's a python in my bed, and I don't realize. Obviously you react to the python, and now the point where I wake up is when I get to that door. Right when I get to the door here, I'm in the living room. Then I'm like, John, it's not real. What are you doing? But I'm up out of my bed and walking around, and then I realize there's no python in my bed. Another one, I was at the group home, and
That sucks.
I had to win a race. And in order to win this race, I had to move my bed across the room
That's
in order to
crazy.
win. So when I got up in the morning, my bed was on the side of the room.
Alrighty then.
That's another one. I haven't done it in a while. I had the python one here, but I haven't had these other ones. Another one was I got up and I unlocked all. Got up, went downstairs, not here, at the group home, and unlocked all the doors in the house. Went back upstairs, went to sleep. And here's the funny thing about that. All these instances, I am awake. I am awake and aware of what's going on. Listen, I'm walking up and downstairs, unlocking doors, and this isn't some you're walking into wall shit.
know
I
what
This is
know
your
what
eyes are
I'm
closed,
doing.
so you're doing
Yes,
the
but
old
I'm not
cartoon
in-
stuff.
Like,
I have to wake up, if you will. Like I'm aware of what I'm doing,
Interesting.
but I'm not in control of what I'm doing fully. I'm awake and aware, but I'm not in control. There comes a point where I'm like, oh, what the fuck? This isn't real. And they talk about not waking
It's
people
like
up.
you're in a dream sequence,
crazy.
Yeah,
but you're actually.
but I'm actually reacting. My
doing
physically
it
reacting
physically.
to it. Yeah. Another one. I was at a peer leadership conference in high school, and we were in these like cabins, right? And in my cabin, I woke up probably like 3:00 in the morning. Yeah, seriously. And I was literally walking around the cabin thinking I was inside of a mansion, a big mansion,
Oh,
right?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I woke up when I went into a closet and turned the light on, and then I was like, "This isn't real." That's when I woke up. If anybody was awake and saw me, what the fuck is this guy doing? But yeah, so the sleepwalking shit is fucking crazy. But I haven't had it. I never get out of my room here. Like I definitely have had stuff here.
We don't need to get
I've definitely had stuff here, but I never get out of my room. When I get into the living room, I'm like, all right, John, cut it out. This is not real. What are you doing? The best dream I've ever had, and we can get back to the ghost thing in a second, and I want you guys to hit on this dream, or the best dream. The best dream I've had was, I had a dream where I was actually Magneto. And what ends up happening, hold on though, what ends up happening in dreams is sometimes you end up with powers, right? But you can't control them.
Yeah.
And you lose them, and it sucks. But this dream, I had them for real, and I did not. I had them, and they didn't go away. And I was able to do everything I wanted to do, and it was incredible. I try to recreate it because a lot of times,
Think about it.
you think that's a real thing. So you got something on your mind, and you go to sleep, and then you dream about it.
Yeah.
I tried, but
Man.
I got close, and I had the powers, but I couldn't control them.
That's so shitty.
It was awesome. So have you guys ever had dreams where it was like so vivid and so real and so
Yes.
awesome where you like were in situations where it's like, this is fucking what? Don't wake up ever.
Yep.
I can't say.
So go.
that I've had.
All right, so I've actually had two. One of which is kind of like a joke, but still kind of funny. So that one I'll start with first. It's basically I was boxing. I was a fighter. I was really good, and the opponent that ended up beating me was this random girl.
I'm dead.
Listen, all right.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But the reason why she won is because for some reason she was boxing me naked.
I was gonna say she was naked. So
I thought she had like brass
I
knuckles in her
didn't-
gloves or something. The reason why she would know, she was just naked,
I knew
and you
it.
just didn't care about the match. You was looking at her.
Yeah, that's basically it. So that was kind of funny. I just had to mention that one. It was hilarious. But another one that was really,
There's
really
actually a movie I
realistic.
shot with him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Another one that was really realistic that was pretty incredible was actually like a post-apocalyptic zombie one because I love zombies.
Yeah,
I
we
think
dream about
they
that.
are pretty amazing, and I think they're one of the most deadliest forces that can ever
Is that
be.
why you fucked us up
reckoned
in
with.
D&D with fucking zombies? You fucking piece of shit.
Probably, yeah.
Stupid
You might
ass.
have had like a little self-conscious
Jordan,
thing
when I tell you
going
about
on
this,
there.
I probably told you about it because this guy's retarded. This
Anyways.
creature he made. Go ahead. The dumbest shit ever. Go ahead. Go.
So anyways, like, basically it's, the everyday zombie movie, except I was in it, and I wasn't dying because inside that I was actually a triathlon. I could ride a bike, I could swim, I could run a long time. I can't do any of that and stuff in real life. I mean, I can
Can't ride
swim.
a bike.
I could actually do all that stuff,
I can't do any of that stuff in real life.
Just
You
not
can't
very
ride,
long.
I can ride a bike.
just not very long. I would probably just be done with running after like maybe 20 seconds of sprinting, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have the stamina for sprinting. But anyways,
Okay.
it's just a realistic dream. It was very fun. When I woke up, I was like, why the fuck is this not real? And then I realized it would suck if it actually was real.
Yes.
So-
You're kidding me?
I was glad it was a dream at the end of it. But I definitely woke up when I died, because I did die in the dream.
Luckily, when it comes to dreams, you don't know you're gonna wake up, but when you die,
Yeah.
you wake up.
Yeah.
You've never had a dream like that when you died?
I've certainly had stuff where something would have happened and I woke up before.
Actually, I've had a dream where I would keep on dying in the dream and just
It's
like
usually me
basically
driving over a
restart.
bridge that's
That's
not
somewhere.
video
great.
games coming out.
But like
Yeah, restart.
that I don't even know a word to use for it because it's like I would die inside it and then just like wake up again in my bed, but I'm still dreaming, and then I'll go do something, die again, and the same thing would just
What the
keep on
hell?
happening
That
all
sounds
over
You would
again.
respawn.
Yeah, like it was insane. It was I don't know what to call that one,
That's why you
but
don't believe in religion. You just think you respawn.
yeah, that was
You think you're living in Diablo. That's why you don't believe in religion.
But that's-
like, no, I just come back.
I've only had a dream like that once, and it was actually really scary.
I go and I
because
repair my armor and I'm good.
I'm good.
that was the only time that dream like that ever happened to me. It was one time, and it was really scary, honestly.
So you were scared in the dream?
Yeah. Every time I woke up, I was scared.
The scariest dreams that I have are, and these are reoccurring too, and I haven't had it in a long time, probably years
I
now,
hate recurring dreams.
are ones where you wake up and there's nothing but blackness.
Oh, that sounds
Like you're
awful.
dead. and it's just that's all there is.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
I think one of the worst
Me.
dreams I ever had is like when I'm grinding my teeth, but I'm not actually doing it, but it feels like I am in my dream, and like all my teeth just fall out.
Oh, that's the best.
You just compared my darkness and nothing to grinding teeth and them teeth. Like,
Listen, man, I need my.
I mean,
teeth.
that's bad, but I mean, if you want to put them on the scale, I'm living in a world of nothing. And you just lose your teeth and get new ones. You're fine.
Listen, you wake up in a sexy morning. I wake up and I can check my teeth and like make sure they're still there. All right.
Have you had any dreams like that, George? Any dreams where you had like abilities, or you had a really shitty, scary one, or like anything where it's
I
like
never had
any
abilities.
reoccurring dreams?
Sometimes-
Listen, that Magneto shit was incredible.
I never had
George,
abilities.
that shit was incredible. I'm sorry, George. I just thought of it. I'm sorry. Please don't be mad at me. I had a Juggernaut one, George, one time. But you know what happened? I went, and I just because I could do it, I went to a
got
bank
bodied.
vault. Shut up. I went to a bank vault, right? And I ran through that big ass
That's awesome.
shit. That right?
Door.
Yeah, but then I lost my powers.
Goddamn.
Oh.
Got stuck.
And
Goddamn.
I was just done. The cops came.
Wait a minute, what just happened?
I got shot and woke up.
No, I'm saying you lost your powers. You went through. You're like, that was awesome. All of a sudden, you're like, wait a minute, what happened? I just
Yeah, so I'm like, I go to like I have all the money and stuff, and I go back out, and I can't even carry the money because it's so much. I'm like, what? And then I get shot. It was horrible.
That's funny.
Not really superpowers. Maybe super jumping, kind of like the Hulk would do.
That's
But
fun.
when I do that, it's always in slow motion.
Really?
And I like can't move. I'm always like I'm in molasses. Like I can jump, but it's like a Mario Brothers game in like slow motion
That's
where I'm
so
like
funny.
going and I'm like, oh my god, okay.
Damn, that's.
No, I,
so funny.
So I have a question.
I don't have an awesome Magneto.
Is that
That's too bad because George, let me tell you. All right, go
Is
ahead.
that
I
considered
can
a
understand.
nightmare at that point? Like, because you're just jumping and you're not actually landing.
I think it's a theme of failure because any dreams I have that I remember are usually about something happening that I'm not able to accomplish
Control.
something. Something's
Mm-hmm.
happening and I'm not able to do what I want to do.
That's
And
usually what
it's
happens. I
upsetting.
usually have dreams where I have abilities, but then I can't control them. Like I could be able to control them for the first part of the dream. Like I'll be able to levitate or fly or something like that, and then when I want to do it, I can't do it.
Like one that stuck out referencing the theater. I don't know what was going on. I don't think it was zombies. I think it was just people. But something had happened where we had something go wrong at the theater and we had the gates closed. And I literally had like 500 people out in the mall hallway trying to get into the theater because they were infuriated with whatever had happened. And they're literally, the gates closed, they're literally rocking the gate back and forth. I'm on the phone with the police trying to get them to show up. Telling them, like, I'm watching on the monitor. I'm like, they're coming in. We have to, and nobody's responding. Wow, are you really sure? Are they really that mad?
Yeah, are you
That's
sure?
I have.
Like, get the fuck here! Hello! I'm calling you for a fucking. Am I sure?
That's usually what I have.
Oh, what a dream.
Brilliant. That's all you did there.
Terrible.
That was funny.
Hey, we don't
So, all right,
mention that
so
type of
give me
stuff.
some dreams, Leslie. What do we got? Hit me with it.
Yeah, what do your dreams consist of?
My dreams are
Like, tell me about a
Crazy.
scary dream, a dream where you may or not have had powers, or you had a situation where it's like, you know,
I'm actually able to control everything that happens in my dreams now.
no,
for some
no, you're
reason.
not.
I am.
can't.
I
Well,
really
then
am.
that's too bad because
It
you
just
should be having some awesome dreams because the dreams that
Mine
I have, if I was able to control my powers every time,
Well, that's the thing.
shit!
The thing is, I don't really have dreams about like superpowers or anything
That's
like
too
that.
bad.
That's the only problem.
Because I do all the time, but I always only
I
control
have
it once.
before.
Luckily, it was with Magneto because I've always had different types of powers, but
Yeah.
the one with Magneto, I had his powers and I was able to control it. But I've had other stuff around me like teleport and Juggernaut and shit like that, but then I lose it. I can't control it. And it's brutal because I'll be able to control it for part of the dream and then it just goes away. And I'm like, what the fuck?
So you're basically Dark Phoenix from Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah, you can't.
Momentarily.
Yeah.
I can't control it. You get hit once.
Scott.
Have you guys
Damn
ever
it.
watched Adventure Time?
I'm
seen
aware of it. That show.
Is
Okay, I've never. Hold on. I've never seen that show. Right?
It's
I've seen. Hold on.
intense.
I've seen
You should.
clips of the show, and the stuff that I've seen is that supposed to be a kid show?
Well,
Okay,
they
so
shouldn't
the
be
show
watching
go.
it,
Air
honestly,
quotation
It's really a
but
psychological.
It is.
Fuck.
It's like
like,
really
okay, so
deep
there's
as
like
hell.
the little bit of shit I saw, right? And we could do a whole show on that show. I'm
I
just saying.
love.
And I watch. If we want to do like a marathon of that and then do a show about it, I'm perfectly fine with that. Let me.
should.
We can do that. But this show was like I heard somebody talk about how the entire show was in a child's mind, right?
Yes.
And the child, I think he was paralyzed or he was fucked up, and
He's in a post-apocalyptic world.
yeah, but and that's all shit in his mind
Yes.
because he's fucked up, and
Yeah.
it's like all this shit is happening because this kid is fucking mentally fucked up.
Yeah.
But So like some of the shit in the show is like just crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy. We should do that.
It
like
is.
marathon that shit. Do maybe like 5 or 10
We
episodes
should.
and then talk about that shit because it's crazy.
Well,
but
the reason why I brought it up is because a lot of my dreams are like that.
About-
that's a little scary.
About a dog with stretching arms?
No, like I literally
It's
can't
not-
explain
don't-
what's like going on.
you know,
like I'll be on like a different planet.
there's so
and
much more than-
these
to it to
weird
show
like
than that.
creatures will come out, or these certain technologies will be like in my dream, but I can't explain them because we don't have them here.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that. Like in Adventure Time, you're like, what the hell is that? I don't even know what that is.
Tell us the premise of Adventure Time so they know what you're talking about.
Well,
The cartoon.
basically, Adventure Time, even though it's like the way they speak is like very interesting and kind of like simple, it's like really deep and very like eclectic and like odd the way things happen.
And on the surface, kids are not going to catch what's
No,
really going on.
they're not.
It looks like it's
really
just a kid's show,
bizarre.
but it's
not. It's really bizarre, but it's very interesting at the same time. Like the concepts of like how things happen and like the creatures and everything in the world that goes on is just like, wait, what? Like nothing of this world, basically. Everything that's odd.
yeah, it's fucking
But
weird.
my dreams are kind of like that sometimes.
But it's psychological. It's like, if you,
yeah.
as an adult, you catch all the weird shit and it makes you think.
It's all psychological.
But
You yell
true.
barracuda.
I love it.
Everybody says, "Huh? What?" You
I-
yell
You
shark.
I
We got
love
a panic
it,
on our
though.
hands on the 4th of July.
But
Yeah.
yeah, basically.
That's
Fuck outta
it.
here.
That's it. Ah!
You're gay.
Yeah, fuck you.
That's for
Oh, wait.
It's fucking wine.
Make sure you cut that out. We can't curse on
Okay,
YouTube
yes.
anymore.
Oh my god.
I heard about that. They're like, if you put a show, because I went on to check some of the
wow.
the ones that we put. I know, right?
Oh,
You just
well,
got to have a certain setting to it.
We
Like if you say
now.
you as parental or whatever, you're fine.
Okay.
But if in a general, they'll just cut your show if you don't have the guidelines there or
Oh,
something
makes
like that.
sense.
Well, that makes
Basically, you just won't get paid for it, or something like that.
Yeah.
We're not getting paid right now.
Yeah,
we have like
we're
21,
not-
21 viewers or something like that. Views, not viewers, views.
Ah.
But yeah, so that show was like, how in
You want to be
Looney
the
Tunes,
Rock. I'm currently Rick McFoley.
not even. But point taken. You remember how like in Looney Tunes they had all those adult themes, but you didn't know as a kid, but you go back and watch as an adult,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's like really crazy.
Yep.
And it's like, what the fuck? These cartoons are not. These are not freaking. But if you don't know as a kid, you're fine.
You're like,
Yes.
ha ha ha.
There was
You're
one
laughing
episode.
along, but you don't know what you're laughing at. You
There
just see
was
everybody's
one
laughing.
episode where
About fingerprints. That one? Are you talking about that?
No, this is one about Hollywood and how they're like the guys are trying to move up and they're dealing with the devil, literally.
Oh my
In order to get to move up in Hollywood, they're dealing with the devil.
Oh my.
Like what the actual
Are
fuck?
you serious?
I'm
That
dead
is
ass.
so
And this is
foreshadowing.
movie
old.
with that.
Oh my god.
Huh, do you remember that one?
I
What was the
can't.
movie?
They were basically
Are you
in the
kidding me?
executive office of the person that runs Hollywood, and it was it was the devil.
Like how disgusting.
I can't remember the freaking movie. It's a rock group that wants to. Oh, is it Jennifer's Body? The one with Megan Fox?
The
I
lesbians?
saw that movie. It was so.
The lesbian
I don't,
vampire
I don't
thing?
know if I saw that
Oh, it
one.
was Leslie Vampire, but
It was
it's,
so annoying.
she's reincarnated and she's
She was like a monster.
She was so evil.
Yeah.
That
I
sounds
think
cool.
I think I saw that one. It was
She
really
ate
good. I
people.
think.
It was nasty.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
she,
basically a rock group that
feasted.
can't make it in the music industry, and they decide to do a ritual virgin sacrifice
Yeah.
to the devil, so they'll be able to collect fame. But the girl they end up grabbing from the party is not the virgin; it's Megan Fox's character who's
Yeah.
not a virgin. So when they kill
You're
her,
like, oops.
it brings her back as a monster
she
as
becomes
opposed
a
to her.
succubus.
Yes.
Oh shit!
Yes.
I got. Damn! I want to see this now.
Like it's okay.
I have a succubus soon.
You know.
One more level. I
Nice.
can't wait. It
So
has,
that he's talking about something else, guys.
it has,
Don't
it
worry
has
about
I know,
dominate,
D&D,
and
I get it.
when I saw that, it like because succubus do have dominate, and that ability is ridiculous because it's permanent. So I'm like, Christian, you gotta. I don't think you want this because I'll dominate the whole fucking party and every like the fuck. You're gonna want to limit that anyway. So
Does she
you
have powers?
the succubus
Something?
Sophie.
Something. When she shoots her
Sophie.
fireball, she says something.
Yes, she does say something. At least she's not saying cauliflower.
That's true.
This is we're getting into fighting
That's
games.
personal in jokes.
Anyway, so we talked about ghosts, and I know you. So you,
Damn, we strayed from that.
we did. I thought I've been drinking, but I went back. See that? See that little,
That's pretty good.
you know,
Right there.
the no job zone. Hell no! You guys are gonna hate me for this, and I needed it, so I'm gonna do it anyway. You can beat me up in the fucking comments. I don't give a shit. Whatever. You're gonna do it anyway, so who gives a shit? This fucking moron. What the hell do you think? Whatever. So I got a friend, and I'm sorry ahead of time, but I got a friend who has an autistic brother, right? And I'm sorry that you guys. I'm sorry ahead of time, but
I know where it's going.
I needed it in my
that's
life
fine.
because it made me laugh, and I'm sorry.
Yes, I
but
know
call me
what's
whatever you
going.
want. I'm sorry. But so he was. So he has a tendency to randomly, do stuff like destroy things or test the world or whatever. So
And rip my $20 bill.
Oh damn! Ouch.
my $20 bill because I loaned it to this fuck, and he allowed the guy with autism to rip it and then gave it back to me and said, "Oh, you can."
You missed the setup.
Fuck you.
You missed part of the setup.
Keep it.
What was that? I'm going back to it. Did I?
Part of the setup is he sits on the couch. a
Yes,
certain way.
yes, that's true.
Okay.
So he sits on the arm of the couch like he's like Smeagol. You guys know Smeagol from?
Oh my god, yes.
So
Lord of the
feet
Rings.
together on like he's a creature,
Yeah,
right?
like-
yeah, like he does that.
I'm dead.
So you dead.
Hunched over and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so he goes to rip off a poster or something like that, and one of the brothers yells at him, right?
Yeah.
So he goes in the corner. The autistic guy goes in the corner and starts crying. I'm sorry. He goes in the corner and starts crying, and
His
so then
response is, "Why does it cry, Schmeagol?"
I'm sorry.
This guy.
So I said that because I
Yeah,
can't
you
help
said that.
myself. I needed it in my life. Call me whatever you want. I'm sorry.
I'm dead.
The best part about it was though,
I'm
Chris
good.
Canal is like, "You're going to hell," but he's laughing the whole time.
Yes.
Oh my god.
You're going right the hell with me. You think, just because I said it, you're laughing at it. You ain't no better than me. That shit's funny. Fuck that. Shit. He can rip stuff up and punch holes in the walls, but I can't call him Smeagol. I'm sorry. I don't
that
just
was
cut it out. I'm
really
sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Why does it cry, Smeagol? I'm sorry. I don't mean it.
Dead.
All right. Cut it out. That's terrible.
You don't mean it in a derogatory way.
Yo,
It was
yes,
just
But, you
No,
know,
no, I don't mean it.
love him.
I don't mean it maliciously.
it was
You still love
something.
him.
It was something for
I
comedy
bring him treats.
Yeah.
that you saw.
Treats.
I bring him things.
It wasn't a politically correct thing to do.
No, not at all. It's terrible. It's
Right.
horrible.
Or
I needed it in my life.
But those of us that don't have that condition would have that reaction.
Being politically correct.
No, seeing
Being Jewish?
seeing that happen.
Oh, you whoops! What? I'm kidding. I'm not
I think he's hitting
anti-Semitic.
some topics for the next podcast.
Yeah, it's true because that nigga went in, George. When you hear the next show, you might want to be there because he's scared the shit. I'm like, listen, because we were at the car when he did this and started going into this shit, and I'm literally like, would you be willing to say this on the show? Like, my God, man. Yeah, I'm like, listen.
I'm going to be on my way up the thruway when you do that.
That's
podcast.
too bad. Well, you'll hear it. You should put it on while you're.
Are you live streaming?
No, what I'm saying is like if you're driving back or something, you can throw the show on and then listen to it. We haven't blasted anything yet. I'm trying to get my engineer to blast all the stuff out to the sites. He hasn't done it yet. He's been here playing League of Legends, but he doesn't blast like he should.
Great game, by the way,
here's
guys.
Here's the thing about that. No, it's not.
It's
I mean, it is, but
no,
it
no,
isn't.
no, I think it's terrible.
Well, when you watch it and you look at it, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, when you're actually like watching it,
if you know what's going on,
terrible.
it's really interesting.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at it, you're like, what is this walking back and forth?
Yeah.
It's Lord of the Rings.
That's true. No, the only thing missing is the crying. Walking back and forth and crying. When he could have just put them on fucking eagles and ended off this whole fucking movie. You summon eagles, fly into the fucking shit, drop it in, let's go. Boom, done.
There's a topic
Anyway.
we can laugh at.
We can do that. That's another show. So, I'm not letting you get away with this ghost shit because you reacted, and I want to know what.
Mm-hmm.
Let me hear it, Leslie. Hit me with the ghost stuff. What are your thoughts on ghosts? I mean,
I've got a
Do you
small
think
story
ghosts-
about the ghostess thing as well.
hold on. Do you think ghosts exist, George? What do you think?
Did you just jump Leslie and come to me?
Yeah, because I'm going to focus on her.
Okay. I think there's certainly a possibility of them. I have not seen them or interacted with them personally. I've had lots of people that
Okay,
work for me
see,
at the
well,
theater
hold
tell
on.
me that they're there
Listen,
and they're
George,
around.
that's so
I've
far.
seen shadows and things moving,
Okay,
but I've
so
not had
you
a direct
talk about
interaction.
not having a direct interaction, and let me just
That
let
I
you,
could acknowledge.
let me
I
just
would
let you know that that's not true. Okay, so
That's why I clarified that I can tell you that I am aware of. That I
okay, so you have had interactions with ghosts, right? I'm going to tell you.
It could be.
No, I'm going to tell you. I'm going
going
to tell you. Zorn was a ghost.
What?
My character in Dungeons & Dragons, who
the
hold
fuck?
on, I'm just saying.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
We're talking
No,
about
no, no, no.
us.
First of all, that was real, and you. I don't know what planet you're on, but that was real for me. Okay?
It sounds like it's a new year.
You piece of shit! How dare you? This bitch tried to nerd and post him online with the fucking belt that he never fucking won. Fuck you! You know what? Fuck you!
I didn't win.
We're doing it on another show, cause oh shit! Fuck!
That I
Get
didn't
the
win.
fuck out of here! This motherfucker, no, he didn't. Is that any history on this? Nope, another show.
We need-
No,
yeah,
no.
Let's not go into that. And let's go back to the ghosts.
Oh, bitch!
Back to the ghosts.
Alright, so what you're saying is
Woo!
outside of D&D, he actually is okay.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Well, I mean, yeah.
okay.
I thought we were referencing actual.
Yeah, I did too.
I mean, we were. I just wanted to go on a tangent.
Okay, that was
The
amusing.
wine is getting to me. I don't know.
Fair enough.
I bought some handcuffs today.
Ooh.
Why'd you get those?
To handcuff somebody during sex.
All right.
Anyway, go ahead.
Will you
So
be
we were.
watching a Pussycat Dolls DVD during this?
Were you there?
Yeah, I was there. I hope you don't.
He was. Leslie was
please
not.
don't, because I could die right now.
I just hope you don't jerk off to that Pussycat doll,
I'm
the CD.
dead.
You know,
I do not.
Did you? So you heard about that?
That's another inside joke.
No, I didn't.
You haven't heard
But it just
Oh
sounds really
dear
funny.
God!
We-
Well,
we need-
you're relevant to this.
We-
I hope, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just in the sense that you have a connection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Real quick, and then we'll go back to the ghost. Like, we're getting on the ghost
Okay,
stuff, so
okay.
we're all right. So, all right, and this was one of the greatest moments in my life. I just wondered. I was like, oh shit! No, this chick didn't. Okay, so we're at Godzilla's house, right? Godzilla, whatever you want to call it. We're at his house, right? So we're all there watching. What were we watching? What do you remember?
No,
what
we were
watching?
playing Marvel vs. Capcom.
We're playing a video game, and Cliff's ex-girlfriend is there. Do you remember her name?
No.
I don't remember her
Do you know
name.
her next girl's name?
But just note that this was the first time
Which
we've
one?
met her. First time.
The pertinent one. The other ones don't matter. The one who was with her for a while.
Oh, honestly,
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Anyways, this was the first time we ever met her, so...
Right,
you
so
know,
this was the first time she was introduced to the group, right?
Oh, okay.
We were drinking.
Yeah,
That's
they
part
brought
of
over
it.
like a six-pack of
Yeah.
wine coolers.
So we're
with-
playing Marvel vs. Capcom, right? We're all playing competitive, blah, 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 right? And she's checking out George's DVDs and Blu-rays and things, right? And she finds a Pussycat Dolls workout DVD in his collection. So I'm watching her because I'm just like she's got a beer in her hand. She's like, I'm like, what's she gonna do, right?
Yeah.
So she looks at it, right, and I see her stare at it like, what the hell? Why does he have this? Like, what is this? So she fucking turns to the group, not even just George, the group, and she goes, Why do you have this Pussycat Dolls workout DVD? Did you masturbate to this? And I literally took a shit on the coffee fucking table.
Whoa.
I died laughing. That was some bullshit.
Wow.
That was the greatest moment of our life. No, she didn't.
dead.
That chick, I was like, oh, hell no, you didn't.
Damn.
Oh, greatest moment. It was one of the best times in my life. One of the other best times in my
That
life
was like
was
a
when
long time ago, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a
yes,
long time
yes.
ago.
Very
This-
long
this-
Look at, she was like, wait a minute, let me do my math.
wait a
Hold on
minute.
a second. Where was I at in reference to? No, it was a long
Long
time
time
ago.
ago.
Are we talking
Long time ago, yes.
One of the other greatest
5,
moments in my life
6
was
years?
when Staff was doing the thing with
Get out.
the cable,
Leave.
and he, we wanted to get him to pay a little extra, and he wouldn't do it, and then certain things got turned off, and he was anyway. I don't want to.
Anyway,
Okay, so
back to
Oh,
the
the
ghosts.
cable.
that was George. I ate that. I put mustard on that shit. I did because he's so cheap.
What the?
No,
Now,
Back to Leslie and ghosts.
very quickly, just to slightly redeem myself at the end of this story.
Okay. Redeem yourself.
There is no redemption because I've already got
I'm already buried in these fucking 10 feet
it's
of
already
dirt.
gone. There is no
Oh my
reincarnation. There is no God. I'm just dead, blown up.
Oh my god.
She says this to the group. The whole room erupts. Everybody's
And
dying.
let me tell you
laughing.
something. When we talk about room erupting, I was the lead force in that eruption. Cause my God, that was fucking delicious. I was like, oh shit!
Oh like
I ate it. You understand me? I was dumping mustard on it and fucking
Yeah,
shoved
there
the
was-
shit in my mouth.
There
Are you
was
kidding
easily
me?
5 or 6 guys in the room,
I died.
playing the game,
I died.
and then she drops this line. So the whole room erupts. When they're done laughing,
Oh, I
they
erupted
now
there.
turn to look to me.
For an explanation, we want to know what the fuck.
You have to answer this now.
or as he might say, the response,
The
Damien.
response, Damien. That's right.
You have no choice but to answer this question now.
Yes, I have no choice but to answer the question. I feel bad because
There's no story.
I don't have a story behind it. The moment's gone, so I just look at her and say, no. And that was the end of it.
wow.
And she pressed a little bit more, and I just said
I
to her,
got
I'm like,
nothing.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
masturbate
I
to
don't.
women with clothes on.
Well, there it is.
okay.
I'm a collector. If anybody ever happens to come to the house, friends are welcome to stop by and see all the stuff because I have a massive amount of things. I like the Pussycat dolls. They are nice. I have various things I collect and have.
No.
I was in
No, shut up, George. That was
in
the greatest.
BJ's Wholesale Club.
That was the greatest
Finishing.
moment of my life. One of
I
the
was
greatest
in
moments.
BJ's Wholesale Club and it was on clearance for like $5. I'm like, oh, there's 2 special features on this. I'll pick
BJ
this
is
up.
also known as blowjobs. No, it's
I
not.
set
No.
that up for you. That's why I said BJ's Wholesale Club, but I knew you would add that in.
The wine's getting to me, folks. So
That's
I'm just
fine.
let's just.
Just throwing that there.
We're gonna get back to that fucking
So-
ghost. I'm
Wow.
not letting that go.
Well,
So I told him,
every time we try
I'm
to
sorry,
get to
there's
it, it's
not
Well,
really
it is, we're
awesome.
getting to it eventually.
That's an audacity.
Oh yes, it is. This shit had the nerve. They had the audacity
Yes.
to stop working. We were trying to record.
Yes.
The audacity had the audacity.
Yes.
I actually felt bad because it was a great line, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to ruin it with my response that you're going to get.
God, George, listen.
That was just it. I should have probably just gone up and left. That actually would have been better.
No, you should
Yeah.
have
Took that him if I could have actually squealed my tires as I left, but
Oh my
just
God.
getting up and walking out the door would have been enough for him.
You should have tripped along the way too, just for added effect.
I could have just gotten up and fell and then crawled out the door, and then turned around and slammed the door after I crawled out, and then cried while I was outside.
George, listen, let me just make something clear to you. I'd be
Clear.
perfectly fine to be dead and died that if all that shit you just said happened, that would be a perfect moment for me to die because I'd have been satisfied with life at that point.
There's been a couple times I've been there too.
Oh hell no! I'm good. I don't need to live anymore. I'm good.
I don't want to die, but if this sequence
No!
of events happened, I
I'm
would be
good.
okay.
I don't need nothing else. I'm
I know.
good. I
I'm
can
saying,
die
I don't
now.
want to, but if this sequence of events happened, I would accept it.
If you would,
It's like opening
I
scene
probably would have
in
died anyway. Like I couldn't handle that. Okay, woo. Let's take a.
All right.
Okay,
Leslie, ghost stories.
we're going back to your feelings on ghosts, Leslie.
and not asking me any questions.
That
Oh,
was
that's
good. I
funny.
need. Okay.
Feelings. I don't have much feelings, but I definitely have had many encounters.
Really?
I used to live in a house, not too far from here, back in the day. Yeah, you're gonna die. Wait,
Leslie,
live in a
listen,
house?
I'm sorry, and I hate. It's the wine.
Uh-huh.
One of my friends would make fun of people, sometimes me, and so I would interject with something. Is like, oh, my name is John. I live in the house.
Wait.
what the hell?
No, so what I'm saying,
Oh my God.
I thought he tried to ask a girl out, and his pickup line was,
Shut up! Oh my God! Hold on! No, I'm gonna throw up. Stop it!
Wait. So the
No! I said even minute. I want to throw up.
I have to get this out.
Just go up on him if
So
you have
he-
to. That'll teach him.
No, that won't teach me. It'll just
Yes,
make
it
me angry.
will. No, it'll teach you to stop. And he says stop. 'Cause it's happened to me.
Wait, literally? Holy shit. What a story.
Well,
You guys need to stop.
yeah, I realized that wasn't
Leslie, you're
exactly.
killing me.
Sorry, Leslie. So basically, this is what happened. So this guy lives downstairs with us, right? And I believe this is how the story goes. I could be totally wrong, but I believe he was trying to ask a girl out, and he said, "I live in a house," as a pickup line.
No, what the real story is, we're playing Dungeons and fucking Dragons, and
really? Okay.
and there was something I thought was stupid or something like that. So I'm like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. And then the DM is like, my name is John. I live in the house.
Oh my god.
Look what I can do.
I remember this sort of stuff.
Oh my god.
Look what I can add to everything in the world. I live in the house.
I drive a car.
Oh my
I go to
God.
work in the
I
morning.
wipe my own ass. You fuck you. Leslie. Jesus.
Okay, sorry.
No, that was.
I almost-
can't even.
Ghost
I could have
Story
jumped out the
time.
window just there. So, okay, we're back.
All right, I
And-
won't mention houses. I won't mention houses.
Wow. No, you can't. We're it's
Yeah,
out of our system.
It's fine now. It's fine.
Anyway,
Damn.
I would think I was like 8 years old, right? Lived in the house. It was normal for like 2 years, and then suddenly, when I was like 10 years old, like things started like changing. Why? Because one of my mom's best friends had her best friend's mom used to practice what we call in Spanish santeria, which
heard
is
of that.
Spanish witchcraft.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Heard
so
of
she used to come to the house like, you know, often, and she used to spend the night and everything. And for some reason, like things just like changed, like in the house. Like the air in the house was different. Like I couldn't, like we had this like long hallway. I could, like nobody in the house could like ever get up without having like the hair on their neck stand up in the darkness because we were afraid of something that just obviously wasn't there. I had like this same fucking recurring nightmare every single night where I would get up out of my, I was in my bed sleeping, and I would get up out of my bed and I would like hear this like woo, like this like kind of like sound, and it kind of like allured me. I would like open my door, and I would go down my hallway, and down my hallway was the door to my basement. And in my dream, I would be walking and walking through the darkness of the hallway that seemed like forever, and there would be like a small little like light coming out of my door, and I would just
Keyhole.
Well,
no,
like the
no,
bottom
like
of
the door was
underneath?
ajar,
Oh,
and it was
God.
calling my name.
Wait, so as in you heard like a voice?
Yes.
Or was it like
Yes, it was
did you hear it in your
whispering.
head or was it you
No,
heard like a
in the
whisper?
dream, it was
Oh,
whispering.
hell
it was
no.
saying Les. It was really fucking creepy.
My
And
God.
I
Was
would
it the
be
Freddy voice?
no, just
Okay,
like
just
like
checking.
whispers, and I would be like like in my dream, I'd be like no, I can't, but my body would be like pushing myself like towards the door,
Oh my
and I would
gosh.
grab the door and I like would fight it, and I would just open it, and like it would just I would wake up, and I would literally wake up like
Holy
like
fucking
my
shit.
heart would be like this, and like I would be drenched in like sweat, and like I couldn't sleep, and sometimes
Oh
I would
my
call
God.
up to my mom and she would not hear me. Like I'd be
Holy
like,
shit.
Mom! Like I'd be screaming my mom's name, and like she didn't hear me. Other things in the house too, like my mom and I would be like, oh, like at night, like in the living room by ourselves, and we would just hear like boom, like just like
Oh hell no, I'm leaving.
like massive,
I can't
like,
do that.
Like these noises. Even my dog would freak out, and my mom would be like, "What just broke?" It sounded like the china closet broke, and nothing. There would
I'm
be
guessing
nothing.
you avoided the paranormal activity movies.
Yeah, there would be nothing.
Have you seen those movies, the Paranormal Activity movies?
I did it because they were just really upsetting. But
So she don't want to watch
and I was like,
those.
hell no. I was like, I don't find like that's why nowadays
some
I don't
scary shit.
find like horror movies like entertaining because like I like live that
All right.
in my house, and I don't
Damn.
find it entertaining.
That
And I
rem-
don't ever want to deal with it again.
It reminded me of some dreams that I've had where, and unfortunately because I sleepwalk, I interact with stuff too. And there's been times where my mind turns a shadow into things, like like there's been demons, but it's just my mind turning shadows into things. So it's like basically like be like a shadow silhouette or something, and it's like humanoid, and so my mind turns it into something that it's not. So there's been times where I like interact with it, but it would like be like I would like be terrified of it, but then I want to confront it just to deal with the reality. What's happening? What is this? So it's like instead of running away, which I couldn't do because it was usually it's in front of the door. So it's like either I jump out the window and die, or I go,
No,
So
luckily you didn't do that in any of your dreams.
that's true, and I'd like to think I'd wake up.
Yeah.
Just saying, but
Normally, I just put scary things around me in my room so I can wake up and look at them and go, "Oh shit, I forgot about that." Like my 6'10" Undertaker.
no, I can't. You
Life
fucked
size
me.
cut
I
out.
can't
You
do it.
fucked me up a few times with that because I forgot that it was in your
I
house.
can't.
And when you have the silhouette of it at night, and it's just bad.
I've gotten
But,
robbed with that.
so,
I've gotten
like-
myself with
just,
that.
I can't
Luckily,
do
when
that.
I'm-
Sharon was in the room. She's like, "How do you see with this horrible man?" And you're
Yeah, this horrible man, the Undertaker. Yours is like, well, how tall is that thing? Is it taller than it actually is, or is it actual
it's like
size?
6'10". It's actual
6
size.
fucking 10
Whoa.
Undertaker cutout. Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, I like it, but I don't like it. Like at night, it's a problem. I mean, luckily I know better, but
And
if
Joanna's
somebody
got
were to
her-
come in your house, they
She's
would
got
be
her
fucked.
Halloween stuff downstairs. I told
I
you about
saw
that thing
that. No,
that I showed you. She's
we're
got
not
that
doing
turned
that.
towards me at my bed.
No,
I'm like,
excuse me, we're putting something on that.
we're turning that around the other way. I don't want that staring at me when I wake
So
up.
all right, so that we're so getting back to so I would interact with this thing that I thought in my mind I thought was a demon, And one of the worst times I had was I watched Signs, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
And-
gosh, that movie's amazing.
Right. So at this point, I was here in upstairs. I was actually in this house alone. There was nobody else living here for a short period of time. And you see all this fucking roof shit out here. Remember the scene where they saw the shit was on the roof?
Yes,
Remember
I
that?
hated that part.
And then another scene where they saw it walk past
At the
on
birthday party?
Yes,
That was the
right.
most disturbing
So
part.
I had watched that, and I watched not Paranormal Activity. What's the fuck the other movie? Damn it! The fifth,
Sixth
Sense?
fourth kind. No.
The Fourth Kind.
Is that what it is?
I saw that, unfortunately.
Is based that so that was based
I
on
regretted
supposedly
it.
based on truth. Anyway, I combined these two
regretted it.
things, right? And so, like looking out my window, it was a problem. I'm waiting for a fucking shit to walk past. And I'm in the building. I'm in this house by myself, so I'm waiting for this shit to walk past. So then I finally end up going to sleep, and I had a fucking episode where I wake up and the alien is standing in my room.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrifying.
Right. So remember I am.
So we say
I'm
in Mexico,
like-
no bueno.
See, right. So, but the thing about it, when you're sleepwalking, you're awake, but you're not awake. You're not in control. You're reacting like you are in control, but you're not. Right?
Is this a dream where you had the Magneto powers?
No.
Yeah,
Ooh.
right. That'd be amazing. You'd be like,
No,
"Bye, bitch."
no, it is
Boom.
not. Those
Darn.
Magneto dreams are always public dreams. They're like I'm dealing with the public, like open, like
I get
it's
it.
devastation everywhere type of shit. But anyway, so I get back in the dream, and I'm dealing. This thing is right in front of me, so my heart is beating really fast, right? Really, really fast.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, what do I want to do? And so like, as part of that, the thing starts fucking swaying, making it more real. And so, but that's my mind though. It was just a shadow, because I went to like I think I had like I had a glass thing on my, so I grabbed it to throw it at it, right? So when I threw it, it hit the door, and then I woke up.
Damn. Ouch.
You know,
Yeah.
I've got a nice
That
little
sucks.
interesting story like that too. But it goes back to the sleep paralysis.
You were here for that, by the way.
I was. I might have
I
been.
told me.
I don't remember.
You were living here. I'm saying.
Really?
No, you weren't.
I hear
This is
lots
not-
of stuff from downstairs.
This is when George. You've probably heard me fall down the stairs a few times.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
I've seen
Ouch.
that.
Some of that sleepwalking.
I've seen it, but not when
I
you
texted you
sleepwalking.
I haven't had it in a while, but that's happened.
So, anyways, what I was gonna say is back to when we were talking about sleep paralysis. Now, that doesn't happen to me anymore. It used to when I was like younger, and maybe.
And the study of it usually happens when people are younger.
Oh, well, look at
It
that.
still happens to people now.
That's,
Well,
that's
like-
true.
It happens,
Definitely,
it happens
in-
to Cliff sometimes.
yeah, it definitely happens with adults
Yeah,
too.
it definitely
It's
happens.
more prevalent in younger
Yeah.
people.
But, like-
And they see like a light or something like that, and
What
then
the-
yeah, it's crazy.
No, that's never happened to me. So the way sleep paralysis works for me is like I'll be laying down in my bed, cannot move at all, but my eyes will be open and I'll be able to see everything around me, and I just
Sounds
cannot move at all, and I'll no matter how hard I try, like after a short period of time, I can use my willpower to eventually move, and it's very hard to do, by the way. But
Wow.
there was this one time where
Huh.
it happened around maybe 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, and it was starting to turn dark. It was summertime, and it wasn't completely dark yet, but it happened, and I was stuck with my eyes open again, and there was a shadow figure that looked exactly like me, got on top of me, and stabbed me in the heart.
God damn.
But there was like no,
Holy shit.
there was no like,
you might want to see somebody.
There was no physical.
but there was no
Feeling?
physical wound, no feeling.
Did
or
you wake
anything,
up?
But the whole shadow just went inside my body, and then I woke up.
I'm
Did you
done.
feel anything?
I mean, my heart was beating. and woke up.
Did you? So
know?
you woke up though.
Yeah, I
Usually
woke
when you're on the verge of death, you wake up.
That sounds
Yeah.
awful.
So like in Dungeons and Dragons, there's a spell called Phantasmal Killer. I killed Shakil's character with that, by the way. And basically,
Shout out.
it creates an image of your biggest fear, and then you get a couple of saving. You get two saving throws. One of it is to not believe that it's real, and then the other one is if it touches you, like me stab you or something like that, and then
Yes.
if you believe that it's real, it kills you. He failed to save and kill. He died. But yeah,
and,
so
and,
it's,
and then he said, "Do
I
I
guess
get a
that's
save?
premise
Do I
of
get a
how Freddy
save?"
works.
Then he asked after getting both his saves, he was like, "How come I don't get a save to see if this happens to me?"
You did that already, you dumbass. Fucking, and this is nope. I'm not gonna do it.
But yeah, that was the
I'm
scariest.
not gonna do that. That's the old spicy.
that-
This is the new spicy.
I don't
That
know
was the
saving throw for
scariest-
my 2 failed saving throws.
That was the scariest
No,
thing
you
that ever
don't,
happened to me,
bitch.
though. So
No, I don't blame you.
it was
Yeah,
definitely a
that's
very scary thing. It
creepy.
looked exactly like me, except it like the whole skin tone, everything was just completely darker. The eyes were like slightly red and everything, and just stabbed me and just went inside my body. And then
That's creepy.
Interesting.
You guys ever had any dreams where people die, like other people than yourself?
Yep.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
They don't
yeah.
Like
matter.
people you know, like
No, other people.
it's just random people.
Yeah.
No, that's happened to me,
I
but
feel
when
like
actually people are.
I try to like save people
Like
and
who?
they die.
It goes back to the zombie apocalypse thing.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, you try to
Alright.
save someone and they just die.
All right,
You're like,
we're gonna do the zombie thing real quick, and then we're probably gonna end the podcast. We've been on here for a little while.
All right.
I was told that we should do half an hour things, and then if we want to keep going, it's like act like we end it and then keep going. I'm like, just fucking keep going, get your shit. Anyway, so okay, let's say right now a zombie apocalypse happens, and how we find out is there's sirens going off in Poughkeepsie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we look outside that window right there, and we
Okay.
see zombie people eating other people.
Aye.
How do you react? What do you do? We're gonna start with Leslie.
All right, Leslie, you're up.
And give George some time to think about what he wants to do.
Well, I'm gonna go with that. We mentioned before, fight or flight response.
We did talk about
And
that.
sometimes when I get scared and I see something, like I just like instantly go into like survival mode, and I'm like, what can I use to defend myself? Where can I go?
You have the
Where am I
Infinity Gauntlet
exactly.
over there.
I like
That
look.
ain't helping
I'm
you,
gonna
that's
look
plastic.
around my surroundings. Oh my
That
god.
cough I was telling you about.
Sorry about that,
We
Leslie.
call that an accessory.
Oh my
Remember
god.
that cough I was telling you about? There
I'm
it is.
dead. Oh, that's awful.
Okay, Leslie. Sorry.
What?
You continue.
Oh, I thought you were asking me a
When
question.
you're here, it changes the day between you and
I understand.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so you're looking for weapons?
weapons.
I
Probably.
mean, I have plenty of weapons in my room.
Probably cram everything up against the door.
Where are you going? Like, oh, so you're like, so which door are you talking about? So you're gonna try to barricade yourself in this house?
Yeah. For the meantime.
You're gonna die.
Well, I would say for the meantime.
no.
Because
If you're on
Everybody
this
died.
side,
Because Cameron's gonna go outside. He's gonna be like, huh?
And turn into a zombie, and then Cameron, of course, he's gonna come back into the fucking house. No, don't do that.
And instead of making like moaning and groaning, he's gonna say, "Gah."
I'm gonna come back to you. What's your move?
Well, you see, the thing is that like, I would definitely be scared when it first comes to it. Like,
Of course.
obviously, like that's the first thing, and like I'd probably panic a little bit, but then I would actually like start to think about it and assess the situation. I'm like, I bike ride all the time. And I have my bike downstairs, and I know I can bike ride. What the fuck?
That's a zombie.
You literally startled me. Like my heart stopped.
Hookers
a little bit.
is actually an active.
Anyways, I know I can bike ride for at
Because
least.
it's geared to special effects. See, I'll tell you about that fucking cough.
Anyways, I know I
Sorry.
can bike ride for at least a good 15 minutes up and down hills and for like a good
Up
straight.
and down and speeding all over.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Even
all that
with
stuff.
zombies clawing at you as you ride by them.
Well, see, this thing that ain't gonna happen.
Well,
That's
no,
not
why in the fuck not? It isn't gonna
Alright.
happen.
It
'Cause
depends. It
Apparently,
depends.
they're only.
And it doesn't happen because you don't want it to happen.
No, no, it depends. If they're the running zombies, I'm fucked. It doesn't
We're
matter.
not talking about running zombies. That's a whole different fucking ball game. It's a whole different fucking movie. Running zombies and fucking parkour and all that
Yeah.
fucking shit.
I'm dead.
That's a whole different movie.
But if they're-
we're talking about slow ass, dumb ass. We're not.
I can bike ride past it.
If
No
we're
problem.
doing the remake with the zombies running, we're all dying.
No, there's nothing.
Let's cut
I
that
wouldn't even have a discussion with fucking running zombies.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's what I'm saying.
Give me a. That's a whole nother fucking ball
If they're
game.
the walking ones, I should be good. But if
They're the walking ones, for crying out loud.
I'm good then. I feel like I can survive inside that unless I get hit by like a car because it's still.
But okay, so you're
pretty
bike
crazy
riding.
inside.
Where are you going?
Away.
Yeah, where? Where?
away.
That part happens as I'm bike riding. I
going
decide
down to
that
Hudson
as
River.
I'm bike riding, getting away.
I guess water. That's probably good.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you got a boat
I don't have
and
a boat.
supplies.
He's gonna go out on the
On
walkway
that
down
boat.
Hudson. He's going out to the walkway
Yeah.
and hoping that
That
there's
ain't-
No,
nobody
no,
there.
no. We're not
That's-
going on a walkway. That's ridiculous.
You're-
That's not a good spot to be.
It's closed. You can go out and there's nobody out there.
Yeah. Touche.
Except
Close now.
zombies.
Except that if they, somehow open it.
Where you? All right, George. What are you doing on the zombie apocalypse?
Yeah.
What's your
You
first
go,
move?
George.
You're out. Now remember now, George. We're right here, right now, and you look outside and you see cars crashing, people getting eaten.
I'm
What's your
definitely my
move?
weapons too, though.
I don't know if there's one of two things I would choose to do. Depending on who was here at the house, I would gather people and we would make a plan
Yeah, see, he's got it.
there. Or I would start driving north to go over to Joanna's and Glover's.
You know
with,
what?
with
you
the guy
let-
with the gun. So I'm
Now,
like, let's
now
go to
you
third
got it.
day
Now
and
ask me the
let's-
question, right?
Ain't got
I
no
got some
guns.
friends that live in Gardner,
Ain't
right?
got no guns.
Now, Anybody that lives in city type areas, they're pretty much fucked.
Oh
Now,
my
what you
God,
got to do is
yes.
you got to get into
Kidding
areas
me?
where they can survive without grocery stores, because the first place that people are going to go is grocery stores to try to get supplies and all that kind of stuff, and weapons, right?
Yeah.
So the place that I would go is they have all that already, and they have weapons, and they're on farm areas. You know, bless you. Farm area. That's what I would try to get to. That's what I would do. But like places like malls and things like that, they're
Oh,
cool,
my
but
God.
everybody's gonna go there.
Yeah.
You're shopping, you know, so it's
What a
like
dumb idea.
All right,
it's.
so I would link it with you, and we would go to Gardner.
Yes,
what would
that's
happen.
probably what we would want to do is go to Gardner. 'cause
If we got stuck here, though, you'd come to my side of the house, or you'd eat Lady Di's.
that's
crap
true.
for
If we were
months
stuck in
on
this
end.
house, we'd be fine because Lady Di doesn't throw anything away. She keeps buying.
Yes.
You know, if anything, even if we're stuck on like both sides of the house, I'm pretty sure we can just like break a hole through the wall and still, you know, be good and get to your side of the house.
you
No,
would.
you know-
Maybe I don't want a hole in the wall. Come break it through.
George, you know, I know what you're saying, but I think you have bigger problems right now. There's a zombie apocalypse. I get what you're saying. You don't want holes in the walls, but you're probably not going to care about the hole in the wall. If there's,
Yeah,
you know, if we're here, we got weapons, we're protecting you. You're probably going to
do a
overlook the
hole in
wall.
your closet. We're gonna come up and down the stairs.
Oh, we're
We're
gonna
over the
pick where
wall.
we're gonna do the hole.
You know
Yes.
that new sword I just got, right? So I was cleaning it the other day because there's like some oil on it, and I was
We're supposed to end on the zombies, but go ahead.
Yeah, I know, but this is part of it. So like, I was cleaning it, and that weapon is so sharp that I didn't even realize that I actually cut my skin off. And I'm just like, what the?
Dumbass.
What?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, that's
You're
it.
dumb.
Yeah. that's me.
You can't even clean
so,
it.
so just so you know, George, I've got weapons. So you know.
I have an aluminum
You know,
baseball
we
bat.
could actually go out
I don't
this
got a
window.
baseball bat, but
I
I
have
do
a
got
staff of
swords.
the Arkham guy.
We can go. We can go out this.
Congratulations, Mr. Fucktard. Go
We
ahead
can-
and
I don't
try
even
to,
know what that
actually-
means.
We
go
could
ahead and try
actually
to
go out
magic
this
missile
window.
them too.
I go like
You
this.
go out the window.
The
you
zombies?
Fire escape.
Where-
you
where
go
are
to the
they
back
at?
porch and eat squirrels.
Problem solved.
That's true. We do have a good supply of squirrels to come into the
Oh
house.
my god.
So
Do you know they had to knock on wood?
we don't got any wood. So fun fact.
No.
No wood. No wood.
I haven't heard of squirrels in a long time.
That's true.
It's been down.
They used to be all up in. What are we talking about? Thank you for listening to this has been. I really enjoyed this show. Did you guys enjoy the show today?
Of course.
It was fantastic.
Yes, fun
absolutely.
show, right?
Yeah.
I think we could
Uh,
thank Mr. Rossi for that.
Who?
Oh,
Oh, the
yes.
wine.
Hey,
Yes.
wait, George, it's over there.
That's why I last saw it.
You fucking. How did he do that?
McFoley?
McFoley?
I thought we were doing a little Maggie Loop dance going on.
No, and I can't believe that I fell into that. It just happened one time, and I
Uh-huh.
was disgusted with myself. Anyway, thank you for listening to the show. If you liked what you heard, like and subscribe. Please feel free to share it. If you didn't, tell me to go fuck myself. I kind of don't care, but whatever. It's cool. I also apologize for the autism thing. I know it's a serious thing for people, but I needed it in my life, so I'm sorry. Thanks and bye. Say bye, everybody. Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye. Boom.